I'm betting everything on an idea that most people think is impossible. Not to build a successful business, to break an industry. One that's quietly been overcharging the Western world for decades. Today, I'm taking you inside live conversations here in China with a key $100 million supplier and into exactly how I'm planning to scale our business here. And by the end, I think you'll be asking the same question I am. Why has no one done this sooner? So being in China and doing the groundwork or wherever you're sourcing your products from is like the most critical part. Most people don't put the time in to get this right. And so for us, that's why we go and do so many of these supplier meetings. Our business already, we sell a lot of tiles directly to developers. They're building big buildings in Australia. They're already getting ripped off by big tile suppliers. Why can't we just go directly to the manufacturer, build those relationships, get those products into Australia, and then sell them directly to developers? And that was where we started. And now we see an opportunity to sell directly to retail customers. And so we're building this entire logistics business behind the scenes to be able to facilitate anyone in Australia and eventually the US who wants to buy any type of building supplies eventually, not just tiles, directly from the supplier here in China. Hi, how are you? Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, finally, Jack. Nice to meet you.
Nick, my brother. Yeah, I like your father. He's very funny.
So Jack met with your father at the event for.
Yeah, I wish my Chinese was better.
You will learn very fast.
Yeah. We work with a lot of big developers in Australia, and so we do a lot of building supplies for them. But we've started in tiles, so tiles is our main business. But eventually, what we're doing is it's all direct to factory and all online for building supplies. So eventually, we'll do flooring, do windows, roofing systems, etc. Anything someone would need for like a home renovation or construction companies and smaller developers buy. Because right now, if you were to buy building supplies, it obviously goes through a wholesaler and then ends up in a retailer. A retailer has all these costs. And so tiles, which you can get out of Frishan for say $6, $7, $8 a square meter US.
That's very smart.
Right, yeah, but in Australia they're $30, $40 a square meter. And the reason is because of all these costs that exist. And so
Very long tail as well, because sometimes there are so many inventory in the warehouse that cannot sell, but the cost is there. Right.
Exactly. And so our model though is what we've looked at is instead of asking, China suppliers to go and we want to buy like 10 containers at once worth of this specific SKU, we go, let's find suppliers with existing stock on hand here in China. Let's list that stock on our site, sell that stock directly to Australia, and only then when we make a sale, do we then buy that stock from the supplier here in China, pick it up, consolidate it into a container and ship it directly to Australia.
That's very fun.
So instead of having to have all this inventory that just sits around that costs us money, we can kind of create a win-win with the supplier. So they are getting squeezed on prices all the time, and we can just buy existing stock that's sitting there in their warehouse. They can clear that out, right? We can just sell it directly to Australia. And then eventually we do the US as well.
That's very smart.
Yeah.
I think that should be fine if that's the case, right? Because I imagine you will get everything, different categories ship out at the same time.
Well, exactly. So the more, So the more that we can obviously do at one time, the better. Yeah, we could just to get an understanding of obviously prices, stock you guys have, best selling SKUs. So it just creates a win-win opportunity, which is what we care about.
Okay.
Great, awesome. Lovely to meet you. Such a pleasure. I get one of these checks. Yes. Perfect. Yeah. I'll buy lots. You might be watching this thinking we're just walking around sourcing tiles. Well, you might be right, but here's the reason as to why.
Tiles in Australia is a $1.2 billion industry. But the opportunity is not just in tiles. Tiles is just one of the categories. Here's what actually pulled me in. It wasn't how big the number was. It was more about how much of this is actually wasted. Australians are massively overpaying for their building materials. Everything that goes into a house, into a commercial building, all of it is way overpriced, and no one is stopping to ask why. Which means one of two things. Either I'm seeing something that people aren't, or I'm about to make a very expensive mistake. And you don't get to bet everything on this theory unless you know that you have some rights to win. I'm just like constantly thinking about, from a customer perspective, what's gonna sell, why are we here, like what is our kind of like right to win with this sort of stuff? Because, like flooring in Australia, people are already doing it. And so when you're like here in, a supplier warehouse or trying to explore some new opportunity, for us, we're very much focused on tiles. And so just thinking about like, what is our right to win? Like why would someone buy flooring from us? Is the reason we're here because we think we can get it for cheaper? Is that the reason? Are we bringing in different styles that people might like? Maybe. Is it because we can now sell flooring online, which no one really does? And if so, like who would buy flooring online? This is just some of the stuff, like also like warranty. If we did warranty, how long would we give a warranty on these products for? How would we structure that? How would we price this stuff? Nick and I are talking about like logistics. So how would we actually ship this stuff? Because flooring is actually really complex to ship because you've got massive planks, they're all different sizes and widths and whatever. And so, I don't know, just like shit that just like goes through your head. And so like when you're here exploring new opportunities, you're always just trying to think about, it's not just, how much money can I make? But it's like, what are gonna be the challenges? What do we have to actually think through and try and be more proactive on? Because it's super easy just to get like wound up and forget that flooring is just where I start. What I'm building is something so much bigger. We're gonna cover every single product that touches the Australian family home, from tiles, different types of flooring, to window systems, to roofing systems, to everything that you would use for a home renovation. No middlemen, no wholesalers, no importers, just every material that you could possibly want for like 40% off the retail price. It's mums and dads, it's young tradies, it's everyday Aussies trying to have a go that are getting hammered by these high prices and these old school business models that are just making it more expensive for everyone. It's a $30 billion a year industry that is built on markup. And look, no one's torn it down. And why? Well, because it's hard. And that's exactly why I want to be the one to do it. I'm not building a tile company. I'm building a business that gives Australians a fair go, a direct line to the person who's actually manufacturing their product so they can pay what the product is truly worth and for the first time, get a fair go. Now, to pull something like this off, it doesn't just happen on spreadsheets or online. It requires having the right relationships on the ground. It's all about having the person that you're able to call when things don't go to plan. Tell him I do, but not very well. So yeah. I'm sure he's better.
It's very cool for you.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So great, it's just so Jen. Here we go, photo.
Okay.
Lovely to meet you, such a pleasure. So 1, 2, 3, go. The thing is, I can't even hit a golf ball. Look, it's great. I mean, you can just see the enthusiasm. It's relationship building. It's shaking hands. It's like it's not just our ability to buy some building supplies from them. It's how we can, like, who can we call at 2 a.m. when something goes wrong? I mean, his dad, who clearly runs a business worth, call it hundreds of millions of dollars, would pick the phone up personally and just solve the problem. And that's kind of an in-person relationship you can't beat. Now we're going to go to a few other different suppliers. Yeah, I'm already thinking about on my way to this next meeting.
meeting, what are the prices from suppliers we've already got? So like, how are we comparing that against what we might hear? How am I going to pitch our model to the supplier? So what's the easiest way that I can explain it and help them understand what we're trying to achieve here on the ground? And importantly, what are the next steps? So like, why are we there? What do we want out of them? And that is their stock list, their prices, that's their MOQs, which hopefully are 0, and kind of like being able to have that information there to then make a decision if we want to buy or not.
Plenty of people have told me that this business model will not work. You can't sell building materials online. People need to see and they want to touch it. China as a country is too risky to do business out of. And the third big one that people like to say is someone bigger, an incumbent in the industry, is going to crush you. Like a big tile business will now start to run your model and just do the same thing that you're doing. And honestly, I have an answer for all those things, except one of them. I really don't know if Australians will convert to buying building materials online. Are they going to have enough trust in us and what we're doing here in China on the ground, building these direct factory relationships, so much so to buy this material without seeing it in person? No one's done this type of model at scale, and so we could be completely wrong. But here's the thing. Every reason to why this won't work, I believe, is a reason to why we should do it, and why there's an opening for a little guy like us to be able to win. The big players in our industry won't touch our model because it's too hard, and the middlemen that exist already won't fix it because they're the ones already profiting off what we're trying to solve. If it was easy, someone would have already given Australians a fair go, a fair deal, a better price building material, which ultimately will bring the prices down for everyone. The risk isn't the problem. The risk is the whole opportunity. And I would rather give it my all to figure out whether we're onto something here or spend the rest of my life wondering whether we missed the biggest opportunity, potentially, of our lifetimes. So you don't get reckless, in my view, you get deliberate to try and pull these things off. And every single decision that we make, we need to try and make sure that it's the right one because we don't have room here to fail.
No, it's super interesting. So they have an entire Philippines factory as well to get around some of the US tariffs. So obviously tariffs shipping out of Philippines versus China are meaningfully less. But it's just that, like, that literally every single style you could possibly think. It all kind of looks the same, but it's important as well. You try and get samples. We're kind of looking at the body of the tile as well to see like colors and textures. But then also, for us, we're just trying to be as deliberate around kind of what styles we want to pick from day one, and just trying to get that SKU range right, because you can have different styles, different thicknesses, different lengths, different widths, and so you can understand how like your initial range with the selling could just blow out very quickly. So we're trying to be as deliberate as humanly possible and trying to make the right decisions on what tiles we want to start with first. But yeah, that's kind of what's going through my head. Try to like make these decisions now.
As I'm trying to figure out these tile styling decisions, so like as you see what styles we think are going to sell the best, I'm very aware that there is this narrative that exists that China is crap, that China sells junk. Now, that is actually partially true, and I've seen a lot of really bad China products come out of China, but hey, that is the same in every other country. I'll tell you a dirty little secret that most people don't know. Your handbag that has like made in France or made in Spain or some fancy country on it, more often than not, 90% of them have come out of China. So the bulk of the work gets done in China, but the final manufacturing process gets done in their local country. And that's what makes it a product of that country. And it's the same with building materials. The vast majority of what we buy in Australia and that goes to the US is all products that are produced in China. And to be honest as well, this is bigger than just the product. The whole system itself is broken. There's layers of middlemen, like the wholesalers and the importers, all with their hand out trying to take a cut. So we rebuilt the entire path from factory floor to front door, and we cut out everyone who never needed to be there. People can barely afford to buy a home, and we want to be the ones to end that. And not with cheap junk, but the real thing, fairly priced and on the Aussies' side. So wanting to do something this big and actually doing it day after day, on the ground, on your feet, in your 4th showroom by 5 p.m, these are two completely different things.
Yeah, but I'm just tired. It's like a 4th showroom so far, and
yeah, it's getting to me. It's now nearly 5 o'clock and same tiles, but we're looking for cheaper prices, better stock availability, and the show continues. So yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's all about building options and optionality and having choices, because with our sort of model, if we sell a tile and it sells out with one supplier, having the redundancy and fallback to be able to deal with another supplier is better. But my feeling on these guys is it's good, but I don't know, like the ones we've looked at in the previous showrooms, it's just feels like a more relevant, better range. They're probably more targeted towards like a China domestic market, because you see here, a lot of gloss tiles, a lot of like weird outdated styles. So it's probably like not for us, but again, there's a couple of good ones upstairs. So again, redundancy. So if we sell out, we've got options. But yeah, no, thank you very much. It's very good. So we are done for the day. I am extremely tired. We've been going for the last, 9-10 hours on the road here in China. But look, I think it's extremely productive. And today at least, I think we've accomplished a lot, going to different suppliers, building those relationships. I'm still buzzing from the lunch earlier, to be honest, because trying to get into the right networks who can then unlock and access, different factories and different opportunities is the thing that we care about. So I think we accomplished a lot with that today, and just setting the foundation for tiles, but more importantly, there's other materials as well. So yeah, fam, I'm just shattered. This is all just part of it. Just being an entrepreneur, it's like long days, hard hours, talking shit with your brother half the time. But no, at least doing it with family makes it that much better. But sometimes it's also lonely as well. So yeah, I think in these sort of moments, you just try and push through. But at least in my head now, what I'm thinking about is how can we take the information and the facts that we learned today and turn it into something? What are the next steps that we need to take? For us, that's getting our website live, figuring out what styles we want to start with, who are the best suppliers that we actually want to work with from day one. So now we've got all the facts, it's making those selections, and actually getting our site live and launching. And tomorrow, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to do everything that it takes to make this business work all over again. I'm sitting here and man, we've been going at these suppliers now for weeks. To be honest, it's been hard. But if you're watching this and you have a decision to make, the only thing I can impart on you is that doing the hardest thing is worth it. And whatever that might be for you. If you have one decision at the moment that might be to take the easy road or to take the more challenging one, man, I would tell you every single time to take the most challenging one. Because every single thing in my life that's happened up to this point has happened because more often than not, I've tried to challenge myself. I've tried to get out of my comfort zone and I've tried to really make a difference. Has that always gone to plan? No. And will it go to plan for you all the time? Probably not. But that's okay. And so I hope that by watching and kind of following us build this business here in China, man, I hope that wherever you are in life, if you have that decision in front of you to try something new, to do something new, to make an impact in someone else's life, to build a business, you should go and do that, because the only thing I can guarantee to you that it is worth it. And so come with us. We're going to keep documenting every week our business here in China and how we progress. And I really do think that we're sitting here in front of a proper $1 billion opportunity. Is it going to work? I don't know. But yeah, am I going to give it my all and turn up every day and try and make it work? Yeah. And so you're going to see that live. You'll see the successes and the failures. Yeah, man, we can do it together.